Father Zeno, he was a family from Montreal anyhow, and in his parish, St. Andrew's Parish in Biddeford. So when a pregnant woman went to him, she was sent to Quebec or Montreal. So he wanted to find a community that would start a home for my mother. So he came to the sisters. They built the house and it was a home for pregnant women, not teenagers. We had teenagers, we had divorced women, professional women, and then we had the hospital. They were there and the babies were delivered at St. Andre's. And that's when we built an addition for the pregnant women, because after that was tight. They were two in a room. Now they could have their own room. Then we started the High Hope School. The school that the girl went to had to send us all the requirement that she had to do while she was at St. Andre's. And we would hire the teachers, and many of the sisters were teachers, so they helped also. And these girls did very well. Went back to school, and at the end of the year, they were really high because they had individual help. That lasted, I think, 4 years, and this is a time we only had teenagers.
We have had many, many women and families come through our programming. Each and every one is a success story, because it's pretty courageous to search out some supports, to accept services, especially when it comes to your child. We have had many, many folks come through our programming and leave having a full plan for the rest of their lives and implement that plan and really shine as an independent family.
When I thought I was pregnant with my daughter Gabriella, I was homeless and didn't have a place to live. And so they told me, at DHS, where I had my other two, whatever, but they told me to, that I had to have a place to live by the time I had her, or else they were going to take it from me from the hospital. So I had a case manager, and she gave me like a 3-page list of a whole bunch of emergency shelters and family places, domestic violence places and all that. And I was calling all of them, and they're like, oh no, we're full, I don't have a room, and oh, you need to get something in your area, this is too far for you. And so I went to Solon, Maine for a little while, in a women's Christian shelter, New Hope Women's Shelter. And so I stayed there for 3 months. And when I first got there, the case manager there referred me to come here because I couldn't go back to the one in Lewiston because we already asked. And so since they're lost the funding and all that, so they're like, oh, we have one in Biddeford. So I applied, and then it took about the whole 3 months, and then they called and they were like, oh, we have an interview for you and this and that. And I came here, and sure enough, that's the first day you met Jamie, and Yeah, so and then they called me like not even 10 minutes after we left and was like, yep, we're going to accept you and this and that. And so, yeah, it was exciting because I just want to get my other kids back and keep my daughter and just get our own place and be a happy family again.
Well, we were trying to start a family for 3 years. Went through a lot of troubling times, a lot of medical procedures that didn't work out well, a lot of financial burden that obviously didn't pan out the way we were hoping. We knew we wanted to go down the adoption route, and it started the way pretty much any search you do now starts with Google. And we knew St. Andrews because we'd been married there, and they were our first phone call. And the phone call really started with, "We'd like to adopt. What do we do?"
But here they actually really help you with anything you need, basically. It doesn't really necessarily mean finding a place to live. They help you if you need help with the babies, or if you're just having a hard time too, they'll sit and talk to you. And so besides having a counselor here and someone to talk to here, they help you too as well.
He was the missing puzzle piece, to our family, to our life, and he fits in perfectly, and he just completed that puzzle for us. We can't thank them enough, because without them, we wouldn't have him, so.
We have a range of services. On one side of the agency, we have an adoption and pregnancy counseling program. One of the things that we're able to do is counsel young women who are not so young, who have a crisis pregnancy. That moment of finding out that they're pregnant, they have no idea what to do. We can help them explore their options. We have an adoption program. Obviously we can help with a full adoption. We also do home studies for people adopting through other agencies all over the state of Maine. We provide pre-adoption counseling, we provide post-adoption counseling, really supporting families through the process, whether they're adopting through St. Andre or through some other agency.
We offer case management support. We do a lot of rapport building with adoptive families so that they really feel comfortable. The home study process, we make a visit to their home. We really get to know them very well and kind of help hold their hand through the process of becoming an adoptive parent. There can be some bumps along the road, so making sure that people feel really supported. And the same thing goes for the child and the birth mother as well, just really trying to support people through the emotional ups and downs that are going to come with the process.
What we're doing with moms in the community is basically helping them get their mental health issues under control so that they can more safely parent their children. So we have moms and some dads in our program, but primarily moms who have children in the 0 to 5 age range. So they have to have at least one child who's in that 0 to 5 age range in order to qualify for the service. And most of the moms that we work with are struggling with things like chronic poverty, serious mental health issues, sometimes substance abuse. And what we know and what research shows us is that when moms are struggling with their own mental health issues and those other kinds of concerns, they're less available to their child, they're less able to parent safely. So our goal is to help the moms get that depression under control, get that anxiety under control, deal with some of those childhood trauma issues in order to more safely parent their child.
We have 2 group homes that we're currently operating. One is in Biddeford, and that really focuses on young pregnant women, women who are having a crisis pregnancy, who are largely homeless, need support, and need to build a life. And what we do is really support them through the childbirth and through the first couple of months.
The residential services provide a service that is much needed in our communities. I think that we're working with women who are pregnant and or parenting and are often homeless or really struggling to make ends meet. And so I think currently in the state of Maine, residential beds have been cut tremendously. I don't really know the particular figures on that, but because of those cuts, the need is much, much higher. And I think that the sisters have a real commitment towards continuing to provide that service in some way. I think the sisters embody the mission of St. Andre Home, and I think their presence is invaluable. I think without them, we would become just another social service agency. And I think with them, we strive to do Jesus' teaching of loving one another as we love ourselves, and of helping support these young women in difficult times, and to meet their challenges and to reach their goals.
St. Andre's takes the time to hear your story as an individual, and to listen to what your needs are. We are not working to replicate anything that's already been done. We're working to do something new, and we're working to help you understand that being the best parent you can be is something that can only come from your knowledge of your child. So we want to support the vision you have for your family, and we want to educate you on how to get there, and we want to do it in a new way, and we want to hear your voice in this process. So our services are low barrier, and we really want to make sure that we keep them that way, so that we can service who's out there frustrated, maybe disillusioned, maybe feeling like, geez, I can't call another worker in here at this point because I'm not sure it's going to help. We want to be coming in with a new perspective, and we want to deliver what you need to get to where you want to go. So that's something you can count on.